good evening and thank you so much for choosing Hope TV, where you look and live. Today being 12 April 2024. A very good evening to you and a warm welcome to our news bulletin tonight. My name is Nelius Wanjiru and our sign language interpreter is Boniface Mureithi. Let's begin. The Remuneration and Salaries Commission (SRC) has proposed that salaries paid to civil servants should not exceed 35% of the total revenue collected by the government. Speaking at a stakeholders forum in Nairobi, SRC chairperson Lynn Mengich expressed concern regarding the high wage bill of the government, emphasizing that it poses limitations on the government's ability to effectively deliver services despite having available resources. SRC has noted that the current allocation towards salaries stand at 47.3% of revenue, with over 60% being directed towards debt repayment, indicating a substantial financial burden on the country, as Grace Ahati reports.
In a bid to tackle the escalating wage bill attributed to civil servants in the country, the Salaries and Remuneration Commission (SRC) has put forward a proposal suggesting that their salaries should not surpass 35% of the total revenue collected. This move comes as a response to the pressing concerns raised by the SRC chairperson Lynn Mengich during a stakeholders forum held in Nairobi. Mengich highlighted that the government's substantial wage bill poses a significant challenge as it hampers its ability to provide essential services despite having sufficient resources at its disposal.
So there's a lot of wastage that we need to have a conversation around that wastage. And we see that as a very important key strategy to managing the wage bill. That wastage comes in very many ways. There is the manual payroll that SSC has alluded to. We also have the way allowances, especially the facilitative allowances. There is a lot of wastage there. We see every time from the Controller of Budget, the Auditor General report, they always talk about wastage. So let's have a conversation about the wastage in the public service. We can do a lot more by just looking at the wastage, and that's why payroll management becomes key in the discussions that we shall have.
SRC Commissioner John Kennedy Monyoncho pointed out that one of the primary factors contributing to the bloated wage bill is the disproportionate rise in the number of public service employees over the recent years. According to him, this surge in workforce size has significantly strained the government's financial resources, leading to concerns about sustainability and efficiency in service delivery.
The number of public sector employees, the growth is around 1.6%. It has stood a bit stable since 2020, around 1.16%. And of course, the employment that continues to happen is just to meet the critical areas such as teachers, security, and doctors. Those three lines also present to us the growth in numbers of employees from 2017 all the way to 2024-25 estimated, from like 842,900, that is in 2017. 7 years later, there is an estimate of about 984,059 employees.
His sentiments were echoed by Public Service Cabinet Secretary Moses Kuria, who emphasized that the high wage bill is detrimental to Kenyan citizens as it depletes their hard-earned income. Kuria expressed frustration towards this, noting that it is a question of morality and ethics for nearly 1 million public servants consuming a substantial portion of the national revenue.
In a country of 54 million, that we consume our wages, our salaries, our emoluments consume 43% of money collected. So if today we collect 100 shillings, 1 million of us will take home 43 shillings. The rest of the 53 million will take home 57 million shillings. This is a question of morality.
Kuria also addressed the prolonged nationwide doctors' strike, emphasizing the need to resolve issues related to the collective bargaining agreements (CBAs) across various professions. The CA stressed the importance of fair treatment, noting that it will prevent entitlement issues arising among professionals. This comes amid calls for dialogue between the Ministry of Health and doctors to end the ongoing strike, which has lasted for a month now.
We have engineers. Engineers are A students. Doctors are A students. Actual scientists are A students. We really can't have rules for one profession. For people who went through high school together and they came from the same grade and they just went to different directions, and then we treat them differently. And that is why I'm having this conversation to stop all profession or function-driven CBAs.
Reporting for Hope TV Newswatch, I'm Grace Ahati.
Thank you so much, Grace Ahati, for that report. And now we move to Laikipia County, where President William Ruto has today presided over the commissioning of the 56-kilometer Lariak Forest Wildlife Erecting Fence in Rumuruti, Laikipia County. President Ruto today presided over the commissioning. During the event, the head of state said the government is keen on addressing the perennial human-wildlife conflict, and the issue will be tackled for sustainable coexistence of nature and community. He further stated that there are plans by the government to involve local mwananchi in the management of the wildlife and sharing of benefits that will come with it. Additionally, the president also announced that he will soon introduce the affordable housing project, which will see 1,000 houses built, creating 2,000 job opportunity for the youth, as Abigail Namude reports.
President William Ruto today presided over the commissioning of the 56-kilometer Lariak Forest Wildlife Electric Fence in Rumuruti, Laikipia County. The head of state said that there are plans by the government to involve local mwananchi in the management of the wildlife and sharing of benefits that come with it. Additionally, the president also announced that he will soon introduce the affordable housing project, which will see 1,000 houses being built, creating 2,000 job opportunity for the youths.
Tunaanzisha mpango kamili ya kutengeneza mpango ambayo itahusisha wananchi katika management ya wildlife, na sio management peke yake, sharing of benefits that come from conservation. Ile mapato inatokana kutokana na wanyama wa pori, kutoka utalii, kutoka conservancies. Lazima pia wananchi wafaidike na hiyo mapato inatoka pale, na ndio tumeweka mpango kama serikali ya kwamba going forward so that we make conservation sustainable. Tumetangaza leo katika ile program yetu ya housing, tuliwaambia ile itatusaidia kupanga ajira ya vijana wa hapa. Vijana mko hapa ama mko? So hapa Rumuruti tumetangaza kujenga nyumba 1,000 leo, na tunahitaji vijana karibu 2,000 wa kutusaidia kufanya hiyo kazi. Nyinyi watu wa majani hapa mtaenda kutusaidia kufanya hiyo kazi? Ama nyinyi mko na maneno gani? Mko na mpango mwingine ya kando ama mko tuko pamoja? Tuko pamoja. So tumetangaza na tunataka kuanzisha program ya affordable housing, kwa sababu hapa Rumuruti ndio itakuwa headquarters ya Laikipia. Na pale katika county headquarters lazima tuwe na infrastructure ya housing na infrastructure zingine itusaidie katika kujenga Rumuruti kama town.
On her part, Environment Cabinet Secretary Soipan Tuya said that the partnership between the Ministry of Wildlife and Tourism, the county government and the Ministry of Environment and Climate Change is a good government approach for wildlife conservation.
Mheshimiwa Rais, huu ushirikiano kati ya Ministry of Wildlife and Tourism na Ministry of Environment and Climate Change is a typical whole of government approach kwa mambo ya conservation. Hatuwezi kujigawa kusema hii conservation ni ya ministry fulani. Ni lazima tuwe na ushirikiano hata pamoja na county government ili tuweze pia kutimiza hali ya restoration ya our forests.
Laikipia Women Representative Jane Kagiri congratulated the president for the commencement of the electric fence construction, stating that this will lead to the resumption of businesses in the area.
Thank you so much, Your Excellency the President. Sasa hao watoto unaona hapa asubuhi wataweza kuingia shule bila kuogopa kukutana na ndovu. Wazazi wako hapa wataweza kupanda chakula bila kuogopa ati nusu itaenda na ndovu. Thank you so much, Your Excellency the President. Tulisema it is Laikipia's time na tukasema ni wakati wa Laikipia. Sasa tunaona matunda, miaka 2 haijaisha, na Your Excellency tunajua hii ni mwanzo tu.
The leaders from the region led by Laikipia Governor Joshua Irungu say that the fence will prevent the elephants from attacking their farms and destroying crops, thus enough food production for the area. Laikipia Senator was grateful to the president for launching the Human Wildlife Conflict Compensation Scheme that will benefit the residents.
Nakumbuka mara nyingi tukikuja hapa rais ni ya kwamba hawa watu mara nyingi wanasema ya kwamba sisi ukifugia dofu mambo ya chakula sisi hatutakuwa tunakuomba chakula ya food relief. Sasa tunashukuru sana kwa sababu sasa ndovu zimefugiwa na sasa mambo ya fertilizer tumepewa. Kwa hivyo sisi kama wakulima na wakaaji wa Laikipia ebu twende tulime tuweze kujirisha kimaisha.
Na sisi tunataka kukushukuru Your Excellency kwa sababu umechagua Laikipia ukasema tutawekewa fence 100 kilometers, tunasema asanti. Na hiyo ingine kwa sababu utaendelea na jambo la muhimu Your Excellency hata ni compensation ya hawa watu, kwa sababu baada ya sisi kupanda ndovu ndio huwa wanavuna. Sasa ndovu wale wamekuwa akivuna, umekuja na zaidi ya milioni 900 ndio uweze kufanya compensation. Tunasema asanti, asanti na asanti sana.
Reporting for Hope TV Newswatch, my name is Abigail Namude.
Recruitment of members and collecting the intelligence on behalf of ISIS. Ali, who was interning at a Malindi hospital, was charged in 2016 where he was arrested alongside his wife for financing and organizing meetings on behalf of ISIS. Today, the Director of Public Prosecution through Duncan Ondemu asked the court for a maximum sentence of 96 years. He will be sentenced on 22nd April this year.
May it please my lord, in the matter I'm on record for the appellant.
And now moving on to the voice of the clergy on matters affecting the country, the Presbyterian Church of East Africa PCA leaders has called on the government and other stakeholders to review and study ways of addressing them and mitigating the effects of the high cost of living that has deeply affected and shaken the social fabric of the Kenyan people. Addressing the issue of overtaxation of Kenyans, the leaders said many traders and business people are now faced with the option of closure or laying down employees due to the immense drain on their resources and added tax burdens. And on the plight of unemployment Kenyans, the leaders reiterated that it is leading to a big number of idle and desperate young persons who had placed their hopes in their education and professional preparations.
We encourage that an ideal and advanced character formation and life skills program be adapted for all Kenyan youth to equip them for successful lifestyles. That was number one. Number two is health care. The church calls for speedy transition to the social health insurance fund and the prompt disbursement of funds to prevent further health care services disruptions. The church notes with great concern the ongoing health workers' strike and its negative impact on the citizens. We strongly urge the parties involved to urgently resolve the standoff to ease the suffering of Kenyans. The church commits to partner with government and other stakeholders to address mental health issues affecting Kenyans. The church will also partner with the government to promote access to mental health services and partner with experts and like-minded stakeholders to provide rehabilitation services. The church encourages all to observe health living practices such as balanced diet, regular exercise, and frequent medical checkups to avoid and manage lifestyle diseases. Number 3 is food security. The church appreciates the government's efforts to eliminate hunger. However, we urge the government to promote innovative agricultural practices and reduce over-reliance on land-fed agriculture. We encourage the government to ensure that the seeds, preferably hybrid, are certified and fertilizer is not compromised for maximum yields. Farmers are advised to reach out to field extension officers for expert advice. Number 5, cost of living. The church notes with great concern the high cost of living, living remains high. In this regard, the church implores the government to ease the hardship that the citizens are experiencing. Number 5, insecurity and national cohesion. We are gravely concerned by escalating insecurity in certain parts of this country, which have been declared as disturbed. We also acknowledge the relentless effort by the government to quell insecurity. As a church, we respond to the President's call to action to use evangelism as a tool to curb the chaos. It is our long-standing tradition to collaborate with the government, and we will play our role in pacifying the disturbed areas in pursuit of the Great Commission.
Hoping that the government will look into the issues. And now moving on to other things is the 2024 National Drama and Film Festivals under the theme of unlocking opportunities for socio-economic transformation through drama and film continues in Bunga County, bringing together 15,000 participants from lower primary, junior secondary, TVETs, colleges and university learners continue to showcase their talents with enthusiasm. The 26th edition festival taking place at University of Embu and Kangaru School will culminate at the state concert stated for Thursday next week.
From Kanyaika School in Isimbi County, Isimbi East Sub-County. So we have just had a dance titled Penina. This is a dance where Penina has a talent in dancing, but the father did not want her to explore this talent of dancing. So later, this girl uses the talent to save the father who had got an accident and was in a hospital. So from dancing, this girl is able to get some cash to save the father. Later, the father allows the girl to venture the talent, and the girl dances and goes abroad.
Right now we are from stage, and the title of our modern dance was The Prize. This modern dance talks about how we can use our mosquito nets to prevent malaria. And in the story, it is about a girl who could not sleep in a mosquito net, and she was a model. It was to teach us we should always sleep in mosquito nets.
My school is called Busy Brain Schools. Today we were in stage performing the modern dance, and I hope we are going to status. Thank you.
Now we move to Meru County and focus on matters health, where Meru County Deputy Governor Isaac Mutuma has called upon the national government to join hands and support them in their fight against cancer. which is a great threat in the county. Mutuma says the high level of poverty in the region has also caused major challenges hindering access to cancer treatment, leading to a large number of residents losing their lives. The DG added that the cancer menace should be treated as an emergency in the country and county at large, urging the government through the Ministry of Health to start researching on the cancer disease and how it can be treated early once detected. He was speaking after launching a plan to inspect causes of increased cancer cases in Meru County in partnership with Life Care Hospital.
The basic idea is to do the screening very early so that we can detect the cancer and we do not allow the cancer to thrive within the human body. It does not just even thrive in the human body, but it thrives in the families as well, deteriorating the mindset. So once again, with the help of Texas Cancer Center, Life Care is proudly getting associated with this initiative from our Deputy Governor over here to take care of all that cancer menace which is happening around Meru and the other counties.
Both treatment and also diagnosis of cancer is becoming quite expensive for the people of Meru, and people are dying poor after using every resource that they had trying to treat cancer, and it's a real scare in Meru. We request the national government, Ministry of Health, and also development partners to come on board and help us research on what is causing this heavy burden of cancer in Meru and the regions that are surrounding Mount Kenya.
Hatupendi saa ingine kwa sababu ya ile mambo yetu, kwa sababu mtu akitairiwa tunasemanga ni DC na so on. Wengine wanakataa kutokelezea. Na kuna hata hii mambo tabu ziko na uongo ambao inaenezwa. Ati ukienda kupimwa kansa ya makojoo ama ya prostate ama hii ya kiume pande yetu, ati kuna vitu unaingizwa ama unaenda kuangaliwa huko chini. Hiyo ni uongo mtupu. Siku hizi unatolewa kadamu kidogo, unapimwa na ni ambayo tunaita PSA, unapimwa haraka na inaonekana kama uko nayo.
And to matters women empowerment, First Lady Mama Rachel Ruto has donated 1 million Kenya shillings to the Professional Association of Nyanza Pani Women. Speaking on Friday during the launch of the Pani Women Strategic Plan for 2024 to 2028 in Nairobi, Mama Rachel Ruto commended the women for taking up the initiative. At the same time, she noted that Kenya has and continues to make strides in advancing women's rights and opportunities. Some of the significant milestones, she said, are initiatives including the Elimu to Itakayo program and the Girls Education Challenge Fund. The chair of Council of Governors, Anne Waiguru, who was in attendance, pledged to work hand in hand with the Nyanza women professionals to see women rise.
It is a time of immense opportunity, a time when women are not just knocking on the door of change, but are boldly taking their rightful space. This morning, we gather here to celebrate the remarkable journey of the Professional Association of Nyanza Women. Just 5 months ago, this association was launched, a dream born from the collective vision of dedicated women who believed in the power of unity and purpose. And yet, here we stand today, witnessing the fruition of the dream as they launch their strategic plan. This is a testament to their hard work, dedication, and unwavering commitment to uplifting grassroots women.
From the historic enactment of laws to protect women's rights, to the implementation of policies aimed at promoting gender equity and empowering women, our nation has made significant strides in breaking down barriers and opening doors of opportunity for women to thrive and succeed in every sphere of life. One such significant step that our nation has taken is the implementation of policies and programs aimed at expanding access to education and vocational training for girls and women across the country. Through initiatives such as the Elimu to Itakayo program and the Girls Education Challenge Fund, we have seen increased enrollment and retention rates for girls in schools and equipped them with the skills and knowledge they need to succeed in the workplace.
A very good move and commendable one by the Nyanza professionals. And now we go to Mwea, where Mwea MP wants government to reorganize National Irrigation Authority Board as she accuses the management of ongoing floods in Mwea irrigation scheme. Mwea MP wants government to reorganize the National Irrigation and still accusing the management of the high ongoing floods in Mwea irrigation scheme, where she says that the scheme, or the Mwea Member of Parliament, that is Mary Maingi, has called on the government to reorganize the scheme. She blames the management over the ongoing floods in the Mwea irrigation scheme. And speaking at Mwea Technical and Vocational College in Kadigiriri after commissioning borehole, Maingi said accused the authority of a poor drainage where many people have been left homeless after flooding wreak havoc in the scheme. Mwea MP has petitioned President William Ruto to intervene and recognize the scheme management if he wants his government to achieve food security in her region.
And I thank the President because now he is very serious about climate change that we are working on, and he even has a climate change strategy. Then there's the National Irrigation Authority, and I say I will continue to speak until someone hears me. I will shout, and I will shout on top of my voice, on top of the roofs, until National Irrigation Authority wakes up. They cannot be taking us disrespectfully the way they do, because they are supposed to deseat our canals, they are supposed to declog or unclog our canals, so that water has way to get into the main canals and eventually to the rivers. That they don't do. And I say their priorities are very misplaced.
And now we head to Bunga County, where a section of leaders from Bunga County are now calling on the state to tighten security in the region to end loss of innocent lives. The leaders have also noted the insecurity is brought up by divisions among the political leaders in the county. Led by Bunga County Commissioner Thomas Sankei, they have called upon the media to be extra vigilant on the news they cover concerning the insecurity in the area, noting that this could stir enmity among political leaders who are said to incite on matters insecurity. Speaking during a conference organized by the Media Council of Kenya, MCK in Bungoma, Sankei said they are working together to come up with strategies to curb the insecurity issue.
People, including the journalists, whenever they traffic attend all the journalists, politicians and the people in charge of security, journalists involved, politicians carry journalists. We also get contact as to react ile mbaya.
Na saa ile moto umewaka sana, msiongeze kuni. Like kama hii anatembea na speaker. Saa ingine simuachane naye tu kidogo. Alafu tupate amani kidogo. And the issues like these ones of goons in Bungoma, you know, we are leading also in goons. It's a security issue, serious security issue. So we need again to partner and expose some of these vices. I think our politicians also like using them.
And now on matters celebrating women, the Second Lady, Pastor Dorcas Rigathi, has received an award during the awarding ceremony of Heroes and Heroines Foundation Awards 2024 in Eldoret, Uasin Gishu County. She was recognized as the best transformative leader in 2024 following her work with the boy child, widows and orphans and people with disabilities in Kenya. As she received the award, she appreciated her husband, the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, His Excellency Rigathi Gachagua, who she noted has always supported her for the last 22 years as an ordained minister together with their two sons. She also appreciated all the partners and individuals who have stepped forward to give back to the vulnerable in their different situations. She has also pledged to go on with the fight for her boy child and urged political and church leaders to work together for a common goal of taking Kenya ahead.
It is possible. Of course, he cannot be bankrupt. So I'm going to put, every day I put a sacrifice there. And I make sure when I see a widow, I make sure that widow smiles. That means God must make me smile or my generations to smile. When I see the vulnerable who need someone who can speak and do something, I avail myself as a vessel because I'm just but a vessel. To be Her Excellency here, it is something that I fear and tremble before God, because to whom much is given, much is. And therefore, when I sit here, it is not about power. It is not about status. It's about service and being accountable.
And now we take a look at business matters, where the Ashton Mombasa Apparel EPZ Limited have terminated contracts of about 2,000 workers, citing harsh economic times, but also renewed about 10,000 contracts for others. According to the management, this decision has been made in response to a significant reduction in their contracts orders from their valued customers. Some workers are threatening to down tool in support of those whose contracts were terminated, but the management is appealing for a calm.
And we are with you all. Yes. And we will be with you all. Anything that is happening there, if you are not getting a response, please walk into my cabin. Do not. Of course, you are shop stewards now, and you have a proper channel, as with the blessings of Reverend Chevi. But if you would want to approach me, my doors are always. Once again, thank you, everyone, and let the work begin.
It's important that there is a lot of energy around. I respect everyone. I respect Kenya. The law is supreme here. I respect everybody. Let's work again back. Let's win over everybody. Let's bring back the glory of action.
That is all we had lined up for you in our News Watch tonight. Thank you so much for tuning in, and to everyone that made News Watch tonight a success, including our reporters on duty today. Thank you so much. My name is Nelius Wanjiru, and our sign language interpreter has been Boniface Mureithi. Allow us to wish you a blessed night and a very lovely weekend.